Several years ago, the governor of Pennsylvania looked at where Pennsylvania was in terms of early education and preparing our children for school. And they saw that we were lagging behind in a lot of areas. Let's face it, when a child is starting school, that's not just a transition for that child, that's a transition for the whole family. The whole goal is to ease that transition, not just for the child, but for the family.
I think for a long time in rural communities throughout America, it might have been viewed that you can learn when you get to school. But there are early activities that need to be done with your children so that they're ready to succeed in school. The transition from the home to the school is a very important component.
Preschools that we send them to, they're like in the bottom of a church, you know, a little thing. And then when you get on the big bus and then you go to this big, huge building, you don't know what to expect. Here she knew to, you know, walk through the big doors, go to her room with the teachers, and that's a big help.
The transition for the children go to school help the children not forget what learned before and push a little more for learn more. Open the curiosity is like the chocolate in the cake, you know.
That first day of school when they were in the lunchroom with the 100 kindergarten children, as soon as I walked through, they're like, Mrs. Early, you know, so it was a familiar face for them too. So, and that is so important at the beginning.
The transition is so instrumental. Students grow up in an environment that is very different from household to household. Some students whose home environments are similar to the school environment perform much better.
You have to take what was familiar from the past experience and include it in the new experience so they have common grounds. When we look at alignment, a teacher would look at it one way because we're given standards. And a couple of the activities I have will help the child develop those standards.
What was surprising to me at first was almost the disconnect that happens relating to families. You know, we use terms like alignment, we use pedagogy, we use transition. Parents don't know, they don't know what that means. So you need to meet them where they are and help them move forward without putting that parent on the spot of feeling maybe ignorant, feeling that they don't know what's going on in their child's life, and then you end up making that parent not be as involved, and we don't want that.
We should be little educational laboratories. We shouldn't wait for the next wave of innovation to come out in California and then trickle its way to the east so we can adopt something 5 or 6 years later. Let's try things here.
If you've got the data and you kind of know what needs to be done, get a plan in action that is immediate and get a plan in action that's long-term. And that's what we've done.